When we created a standard job so operators could key batches of data for the Playful Pals promotion, we ignored the second screen of the standard job generator because we didn't need it for keying. It's used for output. So now we're going to make changes to our Play standard job on the second screen so we can output our data for the customer. From the Advanced Processing menu, we'll choose D for File Definition, Standard Job, Change, Play, Field Release, 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 and now we're at the Output Information screen. The first item is where we put our output device. We'll key in STDENT. Record size and block size we can leave at the defaults of 80. The block size might be larger than our record size if our customer wanted his data on a magnetic tape. If you answer yes to fixed length, Unibase will pad your record to the length specified in the record size with the pad skip character specified down here. My personal preference is not to use fixed length because I don't want to miss an error in my output program. Blocked records might be yes if you're going to magnetic tape. Character count is used if you need variable length records that have to be preceded with the character count. Pad skip character is usually left blank. Occasionally, a customer might want you to pad a record with zeros. Code set is used if you want to make an EBCDIC file for your customer, or perhaps map a particular keyed character to another character. We're going to leave this blank and stick with ASCII, the characters we can see on a PC. Output program. Do we need this? You bet. This is where we put the name of the output program we wrote. And what did we call it? Play. The next set of items is protection for output. We'll not set them for test purposes, but they're very useful for limiting your batches only to the ones you want for your customer. There's a lesson about file protection in the File Functions chapter. Those explanations apply here also. I'll press Release, and we get our Release to Proceed message. Are we ready to output yet? Yes, we finally are. Press Help until we're back at the Advanced Processing menu. Choose B for File Input Output. We'll use A, output via a standard job. We could use output without a standard job, but that's like trying to use enter a file in data entry. You have to specify all those items like device, lengths, character sets, output programs that we just put in the standard job. Once they're in the standard job, you can use the standard job output many times and never have to specify them again. So let's choose A, output via a standard job. Our standard job is named Play. We press Field Release, and Unibase wants the file names to output. We had keyed a file named Play001. Since Unibase brought up the batch protection, all I have to add is the batch number. Then I press Field Release and Release to Proceed. And everything happens quickly enough that all we see is another Release to Proceed and our output is done. So where is it? In the File Student under the temp directory of Unibase, of course. Well, geez, that's a big help. Can we see what it looks like? Sure. We're going to go to a command line prompt. Press Help until we're at the Advanced Processing menu. Then we'll choose E, System Functions again. Item F gives us access to the operating system without exiting Unibase. You'll hear us call this going out the back door of Unibase. We press Field Release, then Release, and we're looking at a command prompt. I'm on a Novell system, and DMAC3 is the name of the server I'm on. G is the letter assigned to the volume I'm using, and the OS access puts me in the directory Unibase. Let's change to the temp subdirectory by typing change directories cd temp. If I do a dir, we see our student file and that it has 240 bytes in it. Well, at least it was divisible by 80, our record length. If we key type student and press enter, the operating system displays the contents of the file student on the screen. And look, we've got a zip code, city, and state in the first part. Let's look at our customer data. It tells us the name is supposed to start in position 31. All right. Anybody want to count the characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And look, our name actually started in position 31. Our day of birth is certainly in year, month, and day order, and we have our A over here. And no, I'm not going to count to be sure that it's in column 80. To get back to Unibase, we type exit. When we press field release, we're back at system functions. I made a second play file just to show you what happens when we have more than one file. I'll press help, choose B, file input output, A, output via a standard job, play, then I'll key an asterisk to bring up all the files that start with PLAY. This time Unibase behaves a little differently. Because there's more than one file, Unibase stops to ask if I want to select the files to output. If I key N for no, Unibase will output the data in all these files. But the file name playTest isn't good to use. We added the emit field A after we had keyed the test batch. So I'm going to type Y for yes. Unibase asks me for each file whether it's okay to use. I want 001, yes, and 002, yes, but not the test batch, no. When I get released to proceed, Unibase does its thing and outputs those two batches. Since each batch had 3 records, we'll go look at our file and see how many records we got. Release, help, E for system functions, F OS access, field release, release. Change to the temp directory. Do a dir. And student at least has more bytes in it this time. If we key type student, we see 6 lines of output, just what we expected. And notice that Unibase started a new file. We have the first 3 records because we output the same batch again. Had we only output the 002 batch, we would only have seen the last 3 records.